Okay, I'm just going to say this point blank, but your student loans that you have right now are an indication that you screwed up. And you need to figure out a way to actually get around that. So I can't change that at this moment. I'll talk about that in a minute. But, why is it that student loans are an indication that you actually screwed up? That's because you actually didn't see that the market was giving you signals. If the market really wanted you to go into that particular domain, then they would have had opportunities for you not to get those student loans. And you all know what those particular degrees are that allow you to go and not get student loans that are not going to be that big. There's two ways that you could do this. The first thing is choose the degrees, choose the majors that actually have a net return from you doing that. Right? Engineering, nursing, those kind of things actually have a return for the efforts that you're actually going to put in. Everything else, all of those non-professionally kind of programs like that are just a giant waste of money. I hate to break it to you, but going and doing a degree in something that is not going to get any benefit, or that you're not working in that field, you shouldn't be pursuing that thing. If you can't afford it, if you're from some really wealthy family and you have a bunch of excess income or excess resources that are sitting around, go and do those things. That is a wonderful, education's a wonderful thing. But for the most part, you shouldn't be pursuing those things that don't net you any value in the long run. It's a mistake to have any student loans sitting around because of the efforts that you put in before. You can do many things that allow you a return by not doing those particular things. Now, the second thing that you need to be aware of is that there's so many institutions out there that allow you to get a high quality education that you don't really have to pay for that much. Many of the state institutions in America allow you to do that. Many of the institutions around the world allow you to get a degree without even paying for it. And it's kind of your own stupidity for pursuing a degree, pursuing something that's going to be a lot of value, or it's going to be very expensive, not value. It's going to be very expensive and not have a lot of value at the end of it. You just have to look around and find those opportunities. There are many institutions, many places that allow you to do that. You just have to be creative. You actually have to go do that and think about it. You're just being stupid at this moment. I'm going to tell you that at this moment is that you're just being stupid. You're being like a typical kind of stupid 18-year-old and pursuing something that just doesn't have any value. And I know that I'm going to make people upset by saying that, but it's the truth of it. The thing is that you carry on. That decision that you make when you're 18 years old is going to carry on, and it's going to persist with you because of the silliness of making that particular decision. So make decisions that allow you to actually get a good financial return for the long run. Now, what do you do if you have student loans and you're sort of struggling with them? Just pay the damn things off. Like, put in the effort. Find a job that allows you to pay those things off. There are many jobs, but they require you to move. They require you to do something that you probably are not going to think that you should do, and move to those places to pay those things off, right? Like, there are, if you go to the oil fields, for example, I know that you're not going to like that. You're not going to want to hear that. You could pay those things off. If you go and work in a foreign country, you can pay those things off. There's many different opportunities to get an income that's going to allow you to pay those particular things off. The other thing that you got to do is make sure that you're living well below your means for a long time so that you can pay those things off. If you pay them off, you will feel it emotionally, and it will change you, and you'll become a completely different person. You really need to take charge of those moments in your life and see. You're going to become a completely different person. You're going to become somebody that you think that you couldn't have done this before. And as soon as you change your mindset, as soon as you focus on it's your opportunity to take charge of your life and do something that is good, it's going to completely change who you are. It's very empowering. Right now, you have these student loans and they are dragging you around. You're making decisions based on those stupid student loans, and it's problematic. You're not seeing clearly because of that. There's a whole bunch of research that on this kind of stuff about the effects of having loans that are sitting there. Think of yourself. I want you to think of yourself as a Fortune 500 company. If a Fortune 500 company had debts on their books for a long time, they would be considered not being managed very well. What you need to do is think about how you can manage that and clear those debts and figure out how you can take control of your life. Reverse what you've been doing and completely take control of your life so that you can go forward and you can live a nice, healthy life in the future. So, if you're listening to what I'm saying, do not do an education that does not net a return. That is silly, that's stupid, you're making a mistake. Stop it. If you have the money to do it and you've got all sorts of money, do it. Education's a pleasure. But if you don't have the financial means to do it, don't get student loans. Look for ways that you can get a good, solid education in a degree that actually matters, that people care about. Look for ways that you can pay things off as quickly as you possibly can, and then go forward from there. Turn your life around and make you feel like you're in charge of your life rather than your debts are in charge of you. It requires a complete different mindset compared to what is normal in culture and what is going on. But you can do this. Turn it around. You got this. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.